Welcome back, I'm Dr. Ruckus, and today we're playing JESKAI Adventures in Top 500's Mythic, running out the Lear Adventures combo with a little extra value in it, which I will explain, but if you don't already know, the combo with Lear is your adventure cards in the graveyard, even though they look like creatures, actually do count as instant sorceries from Lear's perspective, so you can cast them back with flashback, but then instead of going into exile forever like most instant sorceries cast off Lear, they instead go on an adventure. You can cast the creature half. When the creature dies, you can run it all back forever. So that's the Lear combo. Additionally, for the same, I believe the same ruling is that like when you look to cast the spell, right, it could be counted towards flashback. For the same reason, you can actually cast adventures off the top of your deck via Johann, Apprentice Sorcerer, 4 mana, 2/5, which is quite a large body. You may look at the top card of your library anytime. Once each turn, you may cast an instant or sorcery spell from the top of your library, including an adventure on top. So both these guys kind of help us cheat out adventures and get a little bit of extra value off of them. In order to support them, we are running some ramp in the form of the Iron Crag and the Celestis, because if you can hit them early, that's quite valuable. And then lots of protection. We have 4 copies of Fading Hope, which is the usual combo with Lear. But also, because we're playing JESKAI and we have access to whites, we also have the Twinning Twins. Could be a 4 mana 4/4 Flying Vigilance Ward 1, which is a solid body. That'll beat down mono red. That's hard to interact with a Ward 1. Pretty decent body. It's a lot to get through. But it also has Swift Spiral for 1 and a white. It's an instant adventure. Exile target non-token creature, including your own creature. Return it to the battlefield under its owner's control at the beginning of the next end step. So we have 4 copies of Fading Hope and also 2 copies of the Twinning Twins to potentially bounce our Johanns and Lears and keep them nice and safe so we can keep running out the adventure package. The rest of the deck is just all the decent JESKAI adventures. Frolicking Familiar, I like it in here on turn 1. It's like the Spikefield Hazard, just a little bit of ping to an opponent's Phoenix Chick or Evolved Sleeper, something like that. Can always play it out as a creature half later. Scalding Viper is very nice to bounce install early, and actually the other half can piss off a lot of decks. A lot of decks that are trying to just kind of get their game going and do things that are between 1 and 3 mana. This does actually ping down for a lot of damage over the course of the game. Virtue of Courage is kind of my favorite card from this set. I really like it as a win con, even if you don't have that many direct damage spells in the deck. Just getting the enchantment side of this down and then pinging the opponent off the Viper or the Duelist or subsequent Virtue of Courages and then getting the extra draw power feels really good. Horned Lockwell is extremely solid. 2 mana instant, basically bounce their creature, put it on the top or bottom, and then you obviously have it as a win con with 6 mana 6/6 Flash Ward 2 Whale. Heartflame Duelist, 2 mana 3/1. All your instants and sorceries you control have lifelink, so if you Brotherhood's End with this on the field, you get absurd amounts of lifelink, pretty useful against mono red. We're also running the Threadbind Click. 4 mana 3/3 flyer, which is okay as the second half of the adventure, but for 3 mana at instant speed, you can destroy target tap creature. That gives us an answer to Sheldred, which otherwise you don't really have in this color combination too much, unless you're running more white removal. So yeah, we're running all the decent adventures with Lear and Johann and some stuff to protect it. That's the deck. Stay to the end of the video where I answer all of your questions. Enjoy the gameplay. Let's dive right in. On the play, looks half decent. We'll keep this. I think I'll play this out. Let's assume we don't need to Fading Hope immediately. Mono blue, okay. Well, I think you just play a Viper here. Try to punish them for doing all their early stuff. Otherworldly Gaze, all right. Bin, Moment of Truth. Do nothing again. Probably land for turn, play the next Viper. Swing for 2 should be pretty safe. And yeah, let's try to punish them. If they want to dirtle and draw cards, let's have them take as much life as possible. Counter. Okay. You got it. Two Otherworldly Gazes down here. Do you tap out for the Djinn? Nope. You don't, you hold more counters. We don't need to run the Johann out into that. Virtue of Courage isn't that useful. Could be better next turn though. Okay, they want to Fading Hope you. So we can just replay you then. Let's see if they have the hard counter on the way down. Do you have Essence Scatter? Resolve, we'll pay the 2. Weren't really planning on doing anything impactful that turn anyway. Shredder, okay. Only 1 land, no more lands for you. All right, well, we can either go for the Johann, or we can get Virtue of Courage down. Johan survives Spell Pierce, whereas the Virtue of Courage does not. So I think that is what we're going for here. Let's see what's on top. They could always Fading Hope this, but it's not hard countered. Whereas Spell Pierce doesn't have Virtue of Courage, and they're playing a funky deck here. Who knows what they're playing? They could have Spell Pierce. Land on top, not what you want to see. All right. Well, that's it for the turn. But we do have a card draw engine online. No Fading Hope that turn, so they don't have it. So Johan might stick around here for a little while. Land on top, land on top. We could bounce you and scry away the land. It's really not that awful a plan. Shore up, they go for protection. We cannot stop that. It's a 2/4. Hexproof until end of turn. No point in attacking with Johan then. We could go for the Virtue. I just don't really want to yet. Maybe the Virtue goes face this turn. Recycle Sekenzan. No need to attack here. Moment of Truth. Again, this is fine. Been an island. Down to 13. Terror. Alright. That is something to deal with. Only one card left in hand. Alright, I'm willing to go for this. It's a little bit greedy. Let's try to nab a little extra value. That resolves. I mean, we're about to draw. I just don't think Sekenzan does anything, right? Target tapped creature could be quite useful. I don't know if they attack into us, though. It's possible. You can also just hard cast this and get it going. I like that. Okay. So if they play basically anything here, we couldn't exile this off the top, which I think is okay because we're not playing it this turn anyway. Maybe there is something we can play. That also works, and we actually can play versus an attacking creature. March, good to know. Haven't seen any Djinns yet this game. They gotta be in there, though. There's the Djinn, finally. I think you decline here. No attacks, alright. That's not bad. 3 damage. You could just go face, though, which I think is actually what we're doing here. Let it go. I'll take the draw 3. A lot of land and a whale. Okay. Guess you play out the duelist. Okay, I missed that we had the Viper on top. We should have played the Viper there. Because now they have a chance to have drawn into removal for the Djinn, which could hurt quite a lot. Ah, why can we not cast the Viper off the top? Is it only once per turn? Once each turn. Ah, okay, okay. So we didn't miss anything there. So be it. If they have March or Sorely Mist, they could find lethal this turn. I guess in response we'd whale the Djinn though, so maybe we'll be okay. They're getting low, and they continue to take pings off of the Viper here. Past them, we hold a whale in hand. Otherworldly Gaze down to 5. We know we have the Viper on top. I like the Viper on top though. Pretty happy with that. They've been a backup Djinn, so the last card's got to be pretty good. Probably protection. Let's see what they have before we decide on blockers. Okay, they allow it to be bounced. I no longer feel the need to block then. They say oops. No blocks on our side. We'll take 7, no problem. I could see them unblocking the Terror here in response with the whatever the hexproof card is. Shore up. They could totally have that. Aha, they do have the phase out, in fact. Okay. So I think you basically have lethal here. Almost, right? Power you up for quite a lot. And cycle you for quite a lot. And play you out as well. And then pretty much... Oh, this thing came in tapped? Why did you auto-tap? Auto-tap, what did you do? What? Why did you do that? We had so much mana. Why did you auto-tap like that? You didn't want to use a pain land? You idiot. Okay, I don't think we're going to lose here, but I'm going to be sad if we do. All right, auto-tapper for the win. Let's go. On the draw. This doesn't look bad. Could Virtue on 2, Heart Flame on 3. It is Azorius, though. That's a little interesting. Open up red for turn 2. Azorius control. What do you want to do against Azorius control? The Viper isn't bad. We don't need to bounce anything for a while. We'd like to get Virtue of Courage into exile safely. Let's try Viper here. Okay, let it go. Looks like they thought about doing something. Alright, they tap out here. This thing is exiled. We have the Whale. Celestis is really good in the control mirror, so I think I'll do that rather than trying to get the Virtue into exile. I guess you don't have to do that. You can just hardcast for 5 from the hand anyway. Alright, this is good. This is a good place to be. The Whale's good. You don't need Brotherhood's End here, although it's quite good against Emperor next turn. I think I am going to bin the Whale here. I like Brotherhood's End. That's okay. We definitely want to keep the land. And they're going to flash in the Emperor here. Maybe kill the Duelist. I think we're happy if they kill some of this stuff, because Lear's going to get it back anyway. Okay, so I think we see the Emperor here. And, nothing at all. All right. Don't want to put Lear down until we can protect it. I guess we can send you to death against the Emperor. I almost want to Virtue of Courage, our own thing in response. All right, goes to the graveyard. That's fantastic. 3 mana open. I don't want to slam Virtue of Courage yet. We could drop this thing, see if they want to counter this. Again, all creatures that end up in the graveyard come back with Lear anyway, so we're not really afraid of that. I think I'd most like to do is resolve Virtue of Courage and get that enchantment going. Okay. More land. We could power up the Spire here. Let's see if we can get the Emperor out. I still think they have it. No, they're just going to take it. 3 to the face. Okay. It doesn't really incentivize me to run out the Courage yet. We could manually take the Celestis draw, which isn't awful. Probably don't need the fast land. Alright. Still waiting. Spend the entire turn on Murex. That's okay. I don't need to show him the Virtue. That's a good way to protect Lear. Maybe bin Brotherhood's End at this point. Swing for 1, no problem, let that go. It's a lot of land. Do you think they run hard counters here, or just make disappears? We can attack first, see if the Emperor comes out, then try to Lear, hold the twins. guess they can... Alright, let's try to get this virtue down. Maybe we can run them out of counterspells here. They could casualty a make disappear. They let that part resolve. Alright, I mean, I'm not really willing to risk Leer yet. We've got some adventures down here to get back. Sure. This is all fine. That's a good card. Here comes 3 damage. Alright, I'm willing to try this. Let it resolve. Another one on top. Not ideal. They want to exile you. We can just replay you anyway for more expensive. It's not the end of the world. They do get in for more poison. Quite a bit more poison, actually. 3 more poison. Brings it up to 6. Okay. Let's try to bounce you. I don't mind keeping back a blocker. Okay. That's alright. Goes to the graveyard where we can cast it back with Leer. And you are exiled now. And they don't have enough mana to Merix again. I don't think we need the next one. Okay, going up to 5 poison. One has 4 cards in hand. 3 mana for the Realmbreaker. More land on our side. If we play the land, we survive the casualty make disappear. Can still attack here first. Opponent's getting low on life as well. Down to 9. We'll try the Leer. Lands. We now have some decent options in hand, including the Whale on the attacker and the Twins to save the Leer. They tap out. Okay. I think you just hold steady here. I'll block one of you, and we'll Whale another. Resolves. Okay, just eating 1 poison, up to 6 poison. What is that? 9, by the way. Sure, everything that goes to the graveyard is potentially fodder. That's a Whale now that we can play with Leer. A lot of Whales. Okay. I mean, we have the Duelist in hand as well. I kind of want to power up the Spire here. It's pseudo-lethal. Scoop. So you tag with everything. If they literally have nothing, you Heartflame Duelist to the face. If they flash in the Emperor, you can Heartflame the Duelist to the Emperor. Yeah, interesting game. On the play, we'll keep this. I don't know, do you need Fading Hope on 1? I guess there's no way to Fading Hope on 1, so we'll do this anyway. White. Initiate. Okay. Looking like a Virtue of Courage turn. Ramping's okay. Let's ramp. Ramping's always good. Is it Thalia? It is. That's okay. We do have mana to spend. Viper is interesting. Bounce Thalia is kind of fun, actually. I think you'd like to... Ultimately, you do want to Virtue of Courage Thalia. I think that's where you want to be. That's probably the best use of things to do. Peacekeeper. Let's not have you do that first. 2 damage. We are going to need to take out Thalia. Now what do you want to target? I don't feel the need to Fading Hope the Initiate. They do name Fading Hope. Interesting. Okay. Line for turn isn't bad. Is this the Virtue of Courage turn? I don't think so. You can bounce the Peacekeeper here. Just hard casting the Twins is kind of interesting. They have to top deck the land to play the Brutal Cathar on it. Let's try that. There's a land. Let's see if they have Brutal Cathar. Attack with both. So that means they're going to Aganjo it and then play the Aganjo to deal 4 damage and then pay the 1 extra. I guess that's okay. Maybe get this back with Lear later. Yep, there's the Aganjo. Pay the Ward 1. You got it. Probably should have locked the Peacekeeper. Save 1 point of damage there. Okay. At this point, I think we can bounce the Peacekeeper. Bouncing the Initiate isn't bad. Land is okay. Viper's okay. And we can Fading Hope someone. Maybe the Initiate. So if we want to bounce, we have to do it now. And they just replay it anyway. No, I think I'll take the 2 this turn. Fading Hope again. Cheeky Mouse. All right. No blocks here. Whale's pretty good. So we'll definitely whale this turn, I suppose. Target attacking creature. Yeah, okay. Let's see if they tap out. Because they attack with the Initiate first. That's too bad. That means they get enough triggers to kill the Iron Crag, which isn't a massive loss, but it is a bit annoying. So that means you want to Fading Hope the Initiate here. Which is fine. And then you can still whale the Peacekeeper. That's fantastic, actually. Maybe you don't even whale the Peacekeeper here then. Manual taps for Fiend's Informant Connive. Sure. Alright, play something else out. Backup Peacekeeper, alright. Great, it's all out. Knight Errant. Too bad. That's not a great one, I'll admit that. Okay. Passage of the Knight Errant isn't bad. We probably want to do it anyway. They do get to replay it eventually, but we kind of need to get through at some point. Attack first, then sweep. Holding open the whale. No hasty attackers, though. Get to play out a lot of stuff and re-up the Knight Errant. It's not ideal. 1-drops are all free, basically. Adeline as well. Okay. Conjure's interesting. I think you need this to get going. Then you bounce the Adeline, but the whale. It's not amazing, for sure. Another Connive. Been a Pump Squad. That's kind of scary. Send you away. They do still get the trigger though, so they get 3 damage you. Huh. Did they... they connived away an adversary instead of a land? It's pretty odd. I guess they wanted to Knight Errant this turn. Maybe that makes more sense. Okay, you can go face to draw 1. I'm gonna start there. Celestis ain't doing a whole lot. 6/6 Whale seems like a better play. Are we just gonna die anyway? Basically, yes, actually. So that looks like about game then. I don't think you can do it differently. So all they have to do is play out... Yeah, they can power up this thing, they can play out the Vanguard, and they can still pump someone with the mouse, which I think is what gives lethal here. Unless they put the mouse onto the Knight Errant to trade. Because they have 9 damage currently. They do. Okay, so we survived this turn, actually. Oh, it's only you. Yeah, they could have found lethal this turn. This thing is unblockable against what? Power... With power 3 or greater. Okay, so, yeah, they definitely had lethal then. Alright. It's not a Brotherhood's End, which means that is the game. Heck yay, mono whites. That's fine. On the play. This is not awful. There's not a whole lot of white, though. I'll tell you that. So it looks like we're ramping on 2. Mono red, do nothing, though. Brotherhood's End does set us up nicely here. Ramp, no white for the duelist. Fell down to the face. Leer as soon as next turn. So I guess we can duelist this turn. Scoundrel. Let's see where they try to put the wicked roll. Goes on itself. You could duelist here to save a little bit of life. That's right with me. Play with fire to the face. Alright. So this turn we play Leer. And we hope they don't play with Fire Lightning Strike. Then no blocks, then Brotherhood's End after that. It's an okay draw in general. We have no white for the duelist. Oh, man. How exciting is that? 6/6 does not die. Equipped creature gets +3/+3 and loses all their abilities. That's interesting. I think we want the abilities, though. Although it does really brickwall them. I'm going to decline. It's kind of interesting, though. Alright, Scoundrel. Let's see how they attack. We're probably going to do nothing. No blocks, and then Brotherhood's End. They take the treasures. They have a 3-drop as well. Maybe a squee. Lightning Strike for 3 and 1 more. Alright, goodbye. Nice knowing ya. Where's that happening? Fastland. Very exciting. Okay. Definitely you. They do get the dig for 3. Backup Feldon. Let's see what they take. Phoenix Chick dies to the familiar, which would be great. It's the Rage. Alright, well, let's see what that last card is. It's gonna hit like a truck, I'm sure. It's at a Godric. It's a Squee, which we cannot pick off with the familiar. I think you're just killing the 1 toughness creature. Yep, we can't stop you. Let's wait till they play Monstrous Rage to play out the familiar. Let's see where they put it. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful. Alright, we're in the game again. That was huge. That keeps us out of immediate lethality. This is pretty good too. Hold up in 1 blue. Sure. Alright, we're alive. We're at 9 life. Nah, I think I'm going to want to sweep. Can always bounce someone if we have to. Alright, they show us the Swift Sphere. Yeah, you kill Squee here. They can play it back every turn. You could just bounce Squee instead. They replay it after combat. I'll take the 1. So yes, they get their Goblin. I guess is that last card Lightning Strike? Or play with fire. We have the Sweeper regardless. So the only point of this turn is to save damage. So we'll block the potential most amount of damage here. Okay, so you bounce that. Yeah, just bounce that. Land on top. Don't need you. We're about to sweep. I wonder what happens if you duelist and then Brotherhood's End. Seems like it could be really good. Three damage each creature Planeswalker. Gain 12 life. Seems good. Now what do you want to do? Yeah, it's so fun now, mono red. Scoop. So then you play back the duelist, pick something off, play it back. Yeah, that was pretty cool. On the draw, seems okay. Dark N. Playing green. Okay. Fastland. Playing Simic. Rot Priest. You gotta die. I guess you do this on their upkeep, make them use mana on their turn. Because they definitely have the protection spell. Otherwise, you can wait for them to tap out. Upkeep, before they draw into a protection spell, you do this now. In case they magically don't have it. They do have it, though. You would think. Yes, so they can protect it, but at least it's done on their turn, and it also phases out on their turn. So all this stuff is as good as we can get. They now draw. Hit their land for turn, and completely tap out here. So this is phased out till what? Their until its controller's next turn. Alright, so that survives for a while. I think we need to do the same thing, except now it doesn't kill it. So I guess you just play out a Viper here. It's pretty sad. Try to punch them a little bit, but we're going to eat some major poison here and hope Johan can get us ahead. Spell Thief, so we're now copying spells. No blocks. You got it. 2 poison. Or rather, 1 poison, up to 3. Okay, you can pick off the Spell Thief. Is there a way to do it artfully? We don't have double red, actually, so we're a little bit bottlenecked in that sense. I don't think the Viper is blocking, so we'll swing here. And we will play the Johan and pray for the Johan success. Because we don't have double red to try to target the Spell Thief. They target it, then go for the Virtue as well. Even that could fail, but it would be one thing we could do this turn. Impulse. All right. Down to 14, actually. We only got 3 poison. I mean, they can go nuts with the Rot Priest, but we actually are still in this game. Land on top is not what you want to see here. There's a Drake. Down to 13. They are impaling them a little bit upon the Viper. No attacks. Leer on top. So that lets us get back Virtue of Courage. And we still don't have double red yet. So this is a tad unfortunate. I wonder who they would throw under Johan if we attack with Johan. They might not block anything. Then again, Johan is holding back the Rot Priest, I suppose. Maybe this is all for the turn. We want double red, but playing out Leer is okay. Okay, we get a card back from the graveyard. It's not amazing on by itself, though. Still, we're sitting at 3 poison. They have not targeted stuff. They passed us again. We get more chances here. The whale could stop what? Only an attacker? Attacking creature. All right. We still don't have double red, so I still don't think we even do anything here. We could attack with Leer, which is a little bit weird. We do have backup Leer, so that's actually fairly safe as far as things we're actually going to do this turn. Give them the Leer. If they have any tricks, let's see them now. Maybe block phase out. They're not going to just let this die. Yeah, I mean, they get to do the thing. What is this? This is just indestructible? Yeah, well, of course, go for this. It's just not ideal. Did you get to draw a card as well? And they have the next one, and we are out of red, so we cannot punish them with the next Virtue, which is too bad. All right, so now how many poison are we up to? It's about the back again. All right, they're really going for the poison here. Let's see how many Scalding Viper pings they get. Let's see how many poison counters we get. Draw a card. Seven. That's a lot. Okay, I mean, they're just waiting to combo off them. We're up to 8. It's not great. Up to 9. Are we dead? We're just dead here. This game sucks. Oh, I think double red could have been, you know, there's probably an opening there where if we had any amount of red, we could have tried to pick something off with 2 removal spells, but nah. on the play. This looks pretty great to me. Early interaction and the Johan ready to go. We got nothing to do on one. We got one of these guys down. Noriyuki says, hello. Hello, Vraska. Duress. I think you take nothing. Do these count as instants in the hand? No, they're all creatures. Okay. Well, you know what's up here. I think it's only when you could play them is when they could be counted as instants or sorceries. So if you could play them off the top of your deck via Johan, they actually do count. Phyrexian. Cankerbloom. My goodness. Well, they're probably not going to attack into us, you'd think. Okay, artifact or creature. I guess they take Johan here. They take a whale. Interesting. Is this exiled? Exile the chosen cards. And a butcher. Very strange. They do attack. We'll go ahead and just do the more expensive thing here. Destroy target tapped creature. Land. I think you just play back. Ideally, we save Johan for a turn we can protect it. So I'm happy to drop the 4-mana 3/3 here. Everything that goes to the graveyard ultimately can be retrieved with Leer later anyway. Scoop. All right, that's magic for you. Let's go. 468 Mythic. All right, welcome to the post-game hangout where we chill and answer your burning questions about magic, life, and everything. Here we go. I'm a little bit tight on time today. I'm going to the zoo in like 10 minutes, so I need to rush through this. Historic version, please. I don't really play Historic. Certainly on Magic Arena. Take a lot of dollar bills, real life dollar bills, to build up a collection to play Historic. I think I've actually played long enough now. I could probably do okay, but it pains me to spend money or wild cards on old cards that don't make it in Standard, because I mostly play Standard anyway, so you probably won't see a whole lot of Historic, but maybe. I mean, I've been around long enough, maybe I could pull it off at this time, but it is painful for me to spend wild cards that way. I am not going to comment on this. I don't know what to say. I like that you show us both wins and losses. The losses actually allow us to see the weaknesses of a deck, which you don't see just from winning games. Yeah, you're welcome. I think as in general, you can probably expect that I'll be fairly authentic and candid on this channel. Part of it is by necessity. I don't have the luxury of, playing for 8 hours and then cherry picking the most exciting, amazing wins and compiling that into a video. I just don't have the time to do that. So kind of by necessity, you're just getting what I play, right? There is not really a whole, I barely ever cut games unless I just make the most atrocious, embarrassing mistake that I can't bear to put on YouTube. I'll cut that game. But otherwise, I don't really cut losses. Yeah, so you get the whole picture when you watch my videos for the most part. Cool. A lot of comments about the counters. This is something I was like 90% sure it'd work this way. Basically yesterday I was attacking with Glissa, and one of the things Glissa can do is remove counters, and they had a Saga, and for a second I was like, can I remove counters from the Saga to destroy it like a Planeswalker? No, that doesn't make any sense, and sure enough, lots of people have confirmed that no, that doesn't kill the Saga, that just goes back to phase 0, and next turn they'll draw and trigger phase 1 and continue to add counters to it. So thank you everyone who replied to that. Yeah, a lot of more comments like this. And one of the games you showed, you had Gix in your hand. What did you cut for that from the ultimate build? Probably anything that gained me life in the 3-drop slot, either the Graveyard Trespasser, or I always forget the name of the 3-mana worm with lifelink and menace. One of those two is what ended up getting the cut. Gix is really fun on the play. It feels so good to draw those cards, especially if you curve out, 1, 2, 3 into it. But essentially, I just felt like I needed to survive longer against mono red, and there's already a significant amount of card draw in the form of the new black-green adventure card and the underdog. So I took it out. I don't think the deck needs it, even though it's very fun to play. Underdog and sleeper. Yeah, you could build a more... Terra Sunder is interesting though. Instead, Terra Sunder, I mean, that's so niche, right? For 2 mana, you only kill artifacts or enchantments. I guess it hits Kumano and like Skrelv, but I don't know. This seems pretty niche, like a sideboard card. 4 mana to kill any permanent. It does not help with a lot of the aggro stuff. Obviously, it helps you take out some planeswalkers later. I don't know about this card. This does not seem like a main deck card to me, for the most part, but prove me wrong. And then yeah, you can definitely build it a little bit bigger and taller with Sorin and stuff like that. But I liked my low to the ground consistent build. All right, I live 4X Cottage rather than Foundry. Also have version, cool flavor. Yeah, this is cool. I like this comment. I only ran a single Foundry, I only ran a single Cottage and 1 Foundry in my 24 land deck. I don't think you want too many of those tap lands in the deck I constructed, because I had 8 1-drops and like 12 2-drops and 12 3-drops. Like that's pretty low to the ground, and I don't really want to stumble that often with the cottage. So I just had a single cottage in there, which comes in tapped, and then 1 foundry to kind of complete the creature land package to attack out on planeswalkers. I felt like 4 was too much. Even in a control deck, like a 26 land control deck, I probably don't need more than like 2 or 3. 4 seems like a lot, but obviously if you're going for flavor, then you do you. It seems fun. Yes, if you're not already expecting Monstrous Rage, every time you play against mono red and you have removal that's like cut down or damage based removal, you should be thinking, what if they have 1 mana open for Monstrous Rage, and that ticks up the toughness or the total power level and toughness against cut down, and I can't take it out. So you might have to do more things on your own turn. It should definitely be on your mind. We may say your whole vibe is chill and how Magic should be played. I never see you upset playing Magic. I do get salty sometimes, which is the reason to play games in the first place. Don't want to mention names, but I stopped following certain MTG YouTubers because they whine just complain too much. Yeah, I'm pretty chill as a person. And this is fair. I also won't name any names, and I don't really watch I don't watch any other YouTubers, actually, because I don't have that much free time. I do know there's one YouTuber in particular that I can't really stand. I think their voice is fairly irritating, and they seem fairly crude, and like, it really rubs me the wrong way. But they have like 100,000 subscribers, and they clearly watch it. So like, what do I care? You know, ultimately, everyone's doing the same shit. Everyone is playing Magic, and everyone's like pretty good at the game. And ultimately, it's just different messengers. So yeah, just find someone you like watching, and hopefully it's me. If you want the chill vibe, I guess that's why you came here. But yeah, no hate against anyone else. Like, you know, certain people like different stuff, and that's totally cool. Cool. I answered this before. Dr. Ruckus is just a nickname. I do not have a PhD. I just have a bachelor's in science and engineering. Cool. That's it for today. I'm going to the zoo, and I got a shower because I got back from the gym and I'm sweaty and gross. So yeah, have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.